is my relationship with working hard? And do I feel like that's the only thing that will help me get to my dream outcome? Because if you believe that it's just about working hard and that is the only thing that will get me to my dream outcome, then you will quit.
Turning dreams into reality.
What if working hard isn't enough? What if doing everything in your power to get accepted into PT school doesn't work out in the end? Isn't that the fear that most of us have? And I'm going to talk about this today because this is probably one of the most repeated questions that we've heard over the years. Students that are so terrified of the worst case scenario. So I'm going to explain a few things today that will, number one, shift your perspective and increase your confidence. But also I'm going to share a story at the end of a student that felt very similar to how you feel right now, but was able to make it work. Because one of the biggest things that we teach students, and we've stated over the years, is that anyone can get into physical therapy school. Now, a lot of times the reasons why we don't get into PT school, or the reasons why we don't end up getting into our dream career, is not necessarily because of our struggles. It's more so because we eventually decide that it's not worth fighting for, aka we decide to quit. And so if you ever speak to a family member or a relative or anyone in your life that has ever said, I used to want to be this, or I used to want to be that, chances are that if they did not end up doing that thing, it's because they quit. At some point they felt like it was impossible. And that's the danger of having a lot of these same fears of, what if I put in all this work, all this effort, and it just does not work out in the end for me? So I'm going to talk about that. I got you. But for those of y'all that are newer to our platform, welcome to the Pre-PT Grind platform. My name is Joseph Ngugi. I'm one of the co-founders of Pre-PT Grind, where we specialize in helping students just like you get accepted into physical therapy school without wasting time or money. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about this topic. And at the very end, for those of you who are listening to this right now, who are serious and are wanting to figure out, okay, I don't want to guess anymore, I want to figure out how to get into PT school as fast as possible, I'm going to give you an opportunity to hop on a call with one of our team members as early as today, tomorrow, this week, to help you get on your fast track to your PT school acceptance. Because a lot of times when we quit and pull the plug, it's just about not knowing the right blind spots. We don't know what our blind spots are, but also we've just never seen other people who have done it, who have been in the exact same position as us, whether that's grades or standardized exams or whatnot. So I'll share that with you at the end. But let's talk about this. What if working hard isn't enough? I actually had a student recently. I had a strategy call with a student, and the student said this. And as soon as they said it, I was like, okay, I need to record a video to discuss this. And so what they said, I'm going to read this because I'm going to quote exactly how they said it. They said, I feel as though if I work hard enough, it will come, aka their acceptance letter. If I work hard enough, I feel like it'll happen. I feel like I'll get accepted. But I'm also starting to realize that if it doesn't happen, I know that I'm meant to do something else. And I was like, ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. So basically what the student was saying, and please, if this sounds familiar, then strap in, listen up to what I'm talking about right now. So basically, I am telling myself that I'm going to work hard. And I believe that if I work hard, if I put in the effort, then it has to happen. Now, if it doesn't happen, I am telling myself that if it doesn't happen, if I apply the first time and I don't get accepted, if I take the GRE and I don't get the score I need, then maybe that's a sign. And it gets kind of murky when we start telling ourselves that. Maybe it's a sign that I'm not meant to be a physical therapist. Maybe it's a sign that this is not meant for me. Have you ever asked yourself that? Have you ever said that to yourself? Have you ever said that to anyone? The reality is when we tell ourselves that, it's really to protect ourselves. It's to protect our emotions. It's to protect our dreams. It's to be realistic, or whatever you've been told by your family, right? But the truth is this: if you really were to be honest with yourself, and I say this a lot of times, but I feel like perspective is one of the key things that is lost over and over and over in our own journeys and how we see ourselves. So if you were to ask yourself, like realistically, like, what other profession, if physical therapy so far has been the career that you have fallen in love with, ask yourself, is there any other profession if this doesn't work? So let's say that, let's go along with that rationale that if I work hard and things don't work out the first time, then it's not meant to be. So let's use that rationale, which is what a lot of us tell ourselves. So if it's not meant to be, let's say I apply and I get rejected. Is there another profession that you feel more called to or more fulfilled by than this path? Now, if you're listening to this and physical therapy is not what you want, then just slap in whatever your dream career is. Just ask yourself, like, is there another career that you want more than this? Because if there is, then I'm just going to save you time. Just stop what you're doing right now and go pursue that thing because your fulfillment and your happiness matter way too much. And let's take it a step further. So 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, will you be happy with another career path as opposed to this career, which is currently potentially your dream career? Ask yourself that, because when I tell myself, well, if I put in all this work and it doesn't work out, then it's not meant to be. What I'm saying is I am willing to sacrifice my happiness, my fulfillment, because it didn't work out the first time. Y'all, like, that's like a baby saying, well, because I fell the first time when I was trying to walk, I guess I shouldn't get up because I'm probably going to keep falling for the rest of my life. But you and I both know that that's not the case, right? So why do we treat our careers the same way? So that's the first part. We have this really interesting association with working hard, and we believe that working hard is the only thing that will get us to what we want. But if we work hard and we don't get to what we want, then that means that it might not be meant to be. That is dangerous. That is a very dangerous place to play. And whenever you have ever heard someone that like regrets whatever they're doing in life, they feel like, sometimes it's family members that are like, well, I wanted to be a nurse, or I wanted to be a physician, or I wanted to be a whatever. Things didn't work out. So I guess as an adult, you have to suck it up and do X, Y, and Z. Y'all, that is someone that gave up on their dream, and that does not have to be you. So one of the biggest things I want you to ask yourself is like, what is my relationship with working hard? And do I feel like that's the only thing that will help me get to my dream outcome? Because if you believe that it's just about working hard and that is the only thing that will get me to my dream outcome, then you will quit. Like at some point, if things aren't working out, let's say you have a lower GPA, let's say you struggle with the GRE, let's say you apply and get rejected, or you apply and get waitlisted and it's your second cycle or your third cycle, at some point you will pull the plug. And I have seen that so many times. Here's the problem though. The problem is if I quit on something that was fulfilling to me, then at some point I will have regret. I hope you're listening. At some point I will have regret. So how do I know that? Well, I know that because number one, I feel very fulfilled with the path that I took because I went for what I wanted, right? But more importantly, we have students. So we have a coaching program called the Accepted System. If you want to learn more about it, go to www.acceptedsystem.com. I'm actually going to tell you a story here in just a second of one of the students that was in that program and how this topic directly affected their journey. But before I share that story, just understand that we have tons of students who are non-traditional, meaning that we do have quite a few students that are coming right out of college and want help making sure that they get into PT school their first time or their second time or whatever. But we also have students that have gone down a different career path. They pulled the plug on their dream initially. We've had students that have been 10 years into another career, 15 years into another career. We actually had a student this past fall who got accepted into PT school at the age of 39, which is amazing. I'm glad that they finally figured out what they wanted to do, but they had gone down a different career path and realized I do not feel fulfilled. And the thing that I really want is the thing that I ran away from years ago, right? And so they decided to go back to school, become free PTs, retake classes, all the different things. And they ultimately got into PT school. And I've never seen them this happy and excited because they, for the first time in a very long time, feel fulfilled, because at some point they felt the same way many of you feel. If I work hard, it should work out. But if it doesn't work out, then that means that it's not meant to be. And so when they got to that not meant to be, they pulled the plug, went down a different career path, but it led to regret. Does that make sense? Now, the good thing is you can always make a U-turn and, go back to school and all that stuff. But I'm just trying to save you time right now. If you're listening to this right now and that's not you, then I'm trying to save you time. If you're listening to this and that is you, and you have gone down a different career path, I'm telling you that you still have time as well, right? And so the story I want to share with you is a student of ours. Her name was Marion, right? So in 2016, she applied to PT school, and got rejected by every school that she applied to. Now, a lot of the same philosophies that most of us have, work hard, same thing that I just said, was a lot of how she felt. And so, when she got rejected, it affected her belief in herself. It destroys your confidence. It's frustrating. It's terrible. So you want to run away from it. And so that's exactly what she did. She ran away from it for 1 year, for 2 years, for 3 years, for 4 years even. In fact, in that process, she actually went, did more education, got another master's, all the different things that she tried to, use to overcome this feeling or this sense of what she wanted to do to serve the world. But at the end of the day, even though she had gotten rejected in 2016, after years, she still felt like, man, like physical therapy is actually what I feel called to do. And so she did what a lot of people avoid doing and don't have the courage to do. She said, no, I'm not going to live the rest of my life feeling unfulfilled. I'm going to go back and do what I need to do. And what happened was 4 years after her initial rejection, she not only got herself together. Obviously, that's when she hired us and joined the accepted system. But more importantly is she was able to figure out what her next moves were. She was able to reapply to physical therapy school. And with a 4-year gap was ultimately able to get accepted into PT school. And I can't, man, like when I remember the level of excitement that she had when that happened, it was just this sense of fulfillment, this sense of, I'm glad, even though it took me 4 years, I'm glad I did not give up on myself. And so if you're listening to this right now, like, don't listen to what people tell you about, well, work hard. If it doesn't work out, life's not fair. It's not meant to be. Man, those are narratives that we've been fed. But the reality is those narratives are there to just protect our emotions in the moment. It's just to protect us from, y'all, like, treat yourself like a baby. As a baby, if you're going to walk, then you have to be okay with falling. You have to be okay with falling faster. You have to be okay with getting up faster and falling again and getting up faster and falling again until you can actually hold your balance a little bit longer. And a lot of times we don't look at our lives the same way. We're so afraid to fail that when something goes wrong, we're like, oh, it's not meant to be. I want y'all to be very, very careful about slapping that definition on your obstacles. Understand that literally whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're at right now, whether it's having a low GPA, whether it's not knowing where to begin, the truth of the matter is that there have been other students who have been in the exact same position as you, and they were able to make it happen. They were able to get accepted into PT school. They were able to grasp their career. They were able to be resilient even when things didn't go well. They were able to filter out the noise of other people that increased their doubt, even in the moments where it felt impossible. I'm talking about students that had 2.4 GPAs. I'm talking about students that had 1.7 GPAs, students that had been rejected 4 years in a row before it worked. And so if they could do it, why not you? And so if you're serious about making this happen, if you're serious about becoming a physical therapist, the first thing I want to tell you is stop playing scared. Stop playing scared. Your future patients are waiting for you. Act like it. And the second thing is be okay with asking for help. Because one of the things that I've at least realized and our team has realized is that we can collapse time by leveraging the experiences of other people who have been in our shoes before. So if you're struggling with grades or any of the other struggles that I mentioned before, there have been other students that have figured it out. Now, the cool thing is we've actually coached a bunch of them over the years. And so we are a resource that can help you. So if you want to collapse time and you're like, you know what, I'm tired of struggling on my own. I'm tired of just guessing my way through this. Then here's what I want you to do. Very simple. I want you to schedule a call with our team right now. So what I want you to do is pause this after I say this link and then go sign up for a call. Very, very simple. When you sign up for that call, come ready to that call. And on that call, we're going to help you get unstuck, figure out where you're at, figure out what your blind spots are, and then build the game plan for you. And if there's other ways that we can support you along the way, we'll talk about that. Here's the link, www.acceptedstrategy.com. www.acceptedstrategy.com. And if you have a hard time getting that link, or if the link isn't working, just send us an email or go to our site, preptgrind.com/home, or just send us an email, preptgrind@preptgrind.com. So that's it. You do not have to stay stuck, but understand that narrative that we tell ourselves is the thing that is holding you back from grasping your dream career. Because the truth is, when you get into the career that you're called to, then think about it. 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, you're the one that's fulfilled. You're the one that's happy. You actually show up every single day excited to serve the people that you've been called to serve. Even if your family doesn't believe in it right now, even if your advisor doesn't believe in it right now, even if other PTs around you don't believe in it right now, even if you sometimes don't believe in it. Make sure that you're putting yourself around people that can help you not only believe in yourself, but actually build a plan to make it work so that you don't pull the plug. Because the only way you don't become a physical therapist is if you decide to quit, but you don't have to. And I'm just seeing it way too many times to just let you stay stuck. I don't want you to stay stuck, but you have to be willing to take the rope. So the rope is going to www.acceptedstrategy.com. Hopefully this was valuable. If it was, share this with a friend. Share this with another friend. Just take this link, just share it with them. Say, listen to this. This will help you get unstuck. Let's go. Go follow us on our different platforms, on our IG platform, TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, our podcast. Y'all, we have so many different ways to help you. And then also go to that link and we'll make sure that you're good to go. But that's it. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your day. We'll see you on the next training. Keep crushing it. Don't pull the plug though. This is your career. This is your dream. Real people waiting to be served by you. And that's it. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.